Hey, Cmax here. Gonna do a review on the Hornady Lock and Load bullet feeder die. This one's for 9mm, and the Lock and Load bullet feeder tubes that just go into the die itself once you get it into the press. What you're going to do first is take it apart. Just really basically 4 separate components. You've got the head with the adjustment screw, 2 collets, and the body, then a lock ring. You use the Allen wrench to set the lock ring. Now, in the bullet feeder die, you get the PTX expander that goes into the powder measure and the bar that allows you to adjust it. I've got plenty of stations because I'm eyeballing each load, so I don't have a powder check. So I'm not having to use that right now, but I do wanted to let you know that it does come with it. So that's kind of a bonus. What you're going to want to do the first thing is take it apart and clean it like any other kind of die. Now, they call this collet A, collet B. The reason I'm doing this video is because there's no real simple, straightforward, how do you adjust it? So I thought I had to take it apart and clean it anyway. It's just time to do that. You have to do it periodically. So I decided I might as well, do it for a video subject. All right. Well, basically, just you take the body here. Now, on the inside of the bottom here, there's a lip so that a collet will come down and ride. It'll seat right here. So it won't come all the way up, but it'll seat right there. And easy way to tell the difference for collet B is you'll see it's tapered right here. So it'll fit right in the top of A. So B fits in the top of A and A rides right along the rim here. So that's the orientation of it. If you ever mess it up, it's just one on top of the other. Now what you do is you take it. This O-ring and this lock ring is just to set the top piece. Now once you get the top piece set, there's no other adjustment for it. And all that does is just set the collet depth. You're going to run it all the way down and then back it up just so there's some slight movement. So that you saw that the collet A rides along this ridge right here, or ledge I should say, and then B on top of it. You're going to go all the way down till you touch it and then back it off slightly so you'll get just a hair of movement. So we're going to spin that on down. And you'll feel it hit. And you'll know it's not hit yet because you can see the motion right here. So it's not up against the, you could do it this way. That way you'll see it hit. Boom. There it hits right there. Okay, once it hits, you can see I've marked it right here. You back it out a half a turn. So what I want to do is take it to that position now. And now you just lock this ring down. And that's it. That's all the adjustment. So if it's right, there should be slight movement. Okay, you hear that? You just get just a hair movement out of it. So that's perfect based on the instructions. And that's done for the top part. Now once you get it into the press itself, adjusting it up and down is the only adjustments you do, and you just do it by screwing it in or screwing it out. And then you just lock it down. And we're going to go over to the press, and I'll show you how to do that. But it was real confusing because I'm like, well, do you adjust this anymore or not? And then I thought I would do this just to let you know. Once you set this, it's done. The rest of it's just up and down in the press. So I'm going to cut away. I'm also going to put a picture of the instructions from Hornady on there. There's one other real important thing that you're going to want to do to the cases and check it so that they work well with this, and I'll go over that at the press. Okay, we're back here. We're over at the press. And real quick, let me kind of just tell you how I've got everything set up. Station 1, first of all, I'm using Lee dies in the Hornady Lock and Load press. The sizing decapping die in Station 1. Station 2 is the belling or flaring die. Station 3, of course, is the powder drop. Station 4 is the bullet drop. Station 5 is the seating and crimping die. So what I do is one tip I had got from Highboy 76 is get rubber O-rings and put on the bottom of the lock and load bushings. That keeps them tighter in the press. So typically I'll put this in first, lock it over, and then start the die down into them. Now what we want to do is, we've got a case here, there's no powder in it, we're just doing this to set everything up. But you want to put it in this position so when you advance the handle it'll be in line with station number 4. Now what you're supposed to do is raise the ram all the way up. You want to screw the die down until the collet in there touches the casing. Now one thing I also wanted to talk about that was real important is you need to bell or flare the die to certain dimensions so everything seats right. Now in a 9mm they recommend flaring the outside diameter of the casing to 0.385 of an inch. So I would check that if you're having problems with the bullet, you know, tilting off one side or the other, not sitting in place like it should. So let's just get this on down here. Okay, boom. I feel it there. Then what it says, you take the ram back down and you're supposed to screw the die body down 1/2 turn and lock it. So I've got it marked here on the top. So we're going to screw it on down in 1/2 turn. So this mark I've got to bring over here. There it is, and then it says lock it down. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to test it. I need to put bullets in the feeder die. We're not going to use the tube yet. We're just going to load up the die itself. So, and then we'll just keep adjusting it until we get it. Now, no adjustment up here. All the adjustments just with the whole assembly, either up or down, is all you do once you set the collets like I did earlier. So let's see here, about there. Okay. All right, and let's see what we can get here. All right, there it is. You bring it over and you seat it, but I don't want to do that because this isn't primed or powdered or anything, but I do want to try it again. Perfect. And that's all there is to it. So if it didn't say we did that and it didn't drop a bullet, then the directions say that you should loosen this up and lower the body. In other words, screw it on down in a 1/16 a turn at a time. So very little until you finally get it to drop. But that's exactly what you want it to do. It just sets the bullet on there for you. And boom, 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 that speeds it up. So all you have to do is, I don't have a case feeder. I don't see any need for it. I just soon put the hand in here. And since I don't have a powder cop, I have to eyeball each load. Now, you know, what I would have to do to get a powder cop is use the PTX flaring tool, which goes inside of the powder drop and takes the place of the flaring die. And that would free up the station. So I would remove this, move this over, insert the flaring tool inside the powder drop. Then I would put the powder cop or the lockout die here. I want to get the RCBS lockout die because then it won't let the press go. So, you know, just because you get a flag, if you can't look in it and see the powder, then what good's a flag going to do? So I want the one that stops the press. And then go on with that. So that's coming, but I don't have it yet. But let's talk about the bullet tubes. you can preload them, and what I'm going to do is drill holes over here so that I can have them loaded. It does have a viewport. You just stick it in, pull it, boom, there you go. They come in packs of 3, so you can have 3 loaded, boom, 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 and you're pumping out so much ammo, it's not even funny. But that's it. They work wonderful. So, like I said, the whole reason I did this, I had to clean the die. It was just time. So I thought, when I went to look about resetting it, I didn't see any real clear information, so I decided to make the video on it. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up on this one. If you have any question, please email me. I don't always see the comments right away, so email me at cmaxarms@gmail.com, and I'll answer any question or do a video to answer your question or whatever it takes. All right, that's it. Don't forget safety rules. Every gun is always loaded. Always know where your muzzle's pointed. Keep your finger off the trigger till you're ready to fire. Please like and subscribe. Have a great day.